Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force, and today I would like to know, will you go back to the World of Warcraft? Specifically, will you come back for the Warlords of Draenor? Now, I'm going to let you know what I think on the matter and tell you whether or not I will be going back. But before we do that, I'd like to just give you sort of a brief history of my experience with the World of Warcraft. So, right out the gate, I played from vanilla to the end of Burning Crusade, from vanilla to the end of the Wrath of the Lich King very heavily. I played for those 5 years pretty intensely in many situations and many periods of time throughout that. I would be doing hardcore PvE raiding for a good 30 to 40 hours a week. Now, this was back starting when I was 18, starting off college. Beyond my studies, I had plenty of free time, and I was also playing a lot with my friends all throughout those 4 or 5 years. So it was a time where I could really devote myself to a single game, and that's exactly what I did, and really, it was a fantastic period. So after the end of Wrath of the Lich King, again, I did all the raiding, I did all vanilla, 40-man Nax, AQ40, AQ20, Blackwing Lair, Molten Core, Dire Maul, the whole shebang, everything. Upper Blackrock Spire, lower Blackrock Spire, just vanilla. I did it. And then we moved into the Burning Crusade. Now in Burning Crusade, I focused a bit more on PvP, wasn't so much into the PvE endgame, but then come Wrath of the Lich King, I shifted my focus back to tanking, and I did the endgame stuff in Wrath, and then that's pretty much where things halted for me and my friends, and I think that's really what it comes down to. Since the end of Wrath, I have not stuck to going back to WoW for more than a period of a few weeks to a month. It's basically been the situation that I've come back for every expansion since the end of Wrath, but I've only stuck around for about a month in each of those. And again, I really think I've come to the realization that it's simply because my real life friends don't play anymore. Back in college, when all my buddies were playing, it was a good time, and these were people I knew in real life, and when we weren't playing, we'd talk about playing, and it was a really cool experience. But since that, coming into MMOs, it's really hard for me to stick around because I don't have that incentive. And sure, I meet some great people online, and they're people that I do some progression and have fun with, but it's just not quite the same. These aren't people that I personally know, that I personally in my everyday life would call real friends. Not that I wouldn't consider some of the people I meet online friends as well. It's just a different sort of thing. And so that, I think, sets the stage for how I'm looking at the Warlords of Draenor. Now, there's a bunch of new stuff coming into Warlords of Draenor. Things including a raise to the level cap. We're going to get, obviously, a bunch of new zones. I believe it's 7 new zones and a new PvP zone. Player characters are getting revamped, so new character models. That'll be cool looking. There's going to be a stat squish in which these crazy high numbers that we're seeing now, admittedly, I haven't played a lot of Pandaria. As I just talked about, I only played it for about a month and a half. I actually think this was the expansion that I spent the most time with coming back by myself, but yeah. And there's some new stuff in addition to those that I mentioned. We're getting, obviously there's going to be new dungeons and raids and all that. There's the garrison system, which is going to be like some sort of a housing thing that they're doing where you can customize it. You can get minions to do chores for you, like go out and mine and all fun stuff like that. But frankly, I don't know that it's going to be enough, and I have to assume that it won't. And I don't know that the game's to blame, because this is once more a situation with whatever MMO I come back to, because I am at the point of my life that I am now, which is different from the point of my life that I was in when I started college 10 years ago now. I'm 28, and I was 18 at the time when WoW launched. It's just different. Things that are just different. Although I'm still looking forward to it. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to seeing the revamped character models. That's something that especially myself, someone who was an OG and an original player of Vanilla WoW, I think it's going to be cool to see the revamp of those character models. And the game does progressively, the environments look better and better with each expansion. They push more. They push more out of their game engine as time goes on. And you look at the vanilla landscape, although that obviously changed a bit as well with Cataclysm. But if you look at like vanilla textures and then you go to Burning Crusade and Wrath and Cataclysm and Pandaria, it looks better and better as time goes on. And I expect that process to continue. What I've seen of the alpha footage, it's looking pretty good. So I'm excited to see that. The gameplay, I think it is what it is. People hate or love a tab target system. I think that Blizzard does it very well, and I think playing the game will be fun. And checking out the new stuff will be fun, but honestly, I don't expect to stay more than a few weeks to a month, but I still want to give it a shot. I still want to play it. even if it's not going to be a long haul thing for me. And I just don't know that any MMO can ever do that again, because again, I'm just not in that position anymore. Certainly I can play games all day, it's what I do for a living, but without having that social connection, the driving factor, a big driving factor behind what makes MMOs have such longevity just isn't there for me. Is it there for you? Will you go back to Warlords of Draenor? What are you looking forward to, if anything? And how long do you think you will stay if you do? Let me know in the comment section below. Looking forward to reading this conversation, guys. People always love when I bring up WoW. And what I mean by that is there's bound to be some heated debate, so go at it. I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you have a fantastic day. Keep watching and keep owning.